No mistake, we are going to win this fight. But the fight's not over, not by a long shot. These are the words of President Barack Obama on December 1st of 2011 when he spoke on World AIDS Day about the global fight against HIV. In an article published November 25th of 2014 on the CDC's website that I accessed on February 23rd of 2015, 1.2 million Americans are living with the HIV infection, and the rate of new diagnoses every year have remained steady at about 50,000 new diagnoses every year, while in other countries the rate has decreased. Too many people in America are not properly educated about various aspects of this infection. In this speech, I'll inform you about the history of the virus, some common misconceptions, and research surrounding the disease. But first, let's discuss the virus itself and how it came about. HIV stands for Human Immunodeficiency Virus, and AIDS stands for Acquired Immune Deficiency Syndrome. This virus has a high mutation rate. Similar to the common cold, this virus changes quickly, which makes finding a cure very difficult. In an article published on the AVERT website that I accessed on February 23rd of 2015, the first HIV case to be diagnosed in the United States was in 1982 in Southern California. Dr. L.B. Chavon wrote an article for the National Journal of Community Medicine on October 1st of 2001 that I accessed on February 21st of 2015. He stated that HIV is thought to have originated in non-human primates in sub-Saharan Africa in the late 19th to early 20th century. He also stated that it is believed that the virus jumped species in a process known as zoonosis, from non-human primates to humans. Humans that participated in the hunting and bending of wild chimpanzees acquired simian immunodeficiency virus, or SIV. This is a weak virus that is often suppressed by the human immune system, but if it's transmitted quickly, it can mutate to become HIV. Now that we've covered a little background information about the disease, I will discuss errors that tend to surround HIV and AIDS. In the 1980s, there was hardly any concrete information about HIV or AIDS, so naturally a lot of misconceptions arose. In another online article published by AVERT that I accessed on February 23rd of 2015, it discussed that when this disease emerged, people weren't sure what to call it. Some names included GRID, which stands for Gay-Related Immune Deficiency, Gay Compromise Syndrome, and gay cancer. People only associated this disease with homosexual men when it first arose, which created a huge stigma for this particular population. In a documentary published on the PBS website from May 30th of 2006 that I accessed on February 13th of 2015, researchers spoke truths about the populations that were at high risk for this disease. Among these groups were hemophiliacs, which is when you have a blood disorder where your blood doesn't clot properly. A lot of these patients are treated with blood transfusions, so when HIV first outbroke, the blood used for transfusions for treatment of these patients was often contaminated with the HIV virus. When HIV first broke out, a lot of people were confused about the transmission process. The documentary showed scenes of outraged parents forcing school officials to send home hemophiliac HIV-positive students because they were afraid their children would contract the disease from toilet seats or water fountains. As we all know, researchers soon reported that the disease couldn't be transmitted by casual contact. The only way that this disease can be transmitted is through the exchange of bodily fluids. So after discussing misunderstandings that first surrounded HIV and AIDS, I will finally talk about some research being done concerning this disease. A cure for HIV has become subject of a lot of studies because it's so devastating and widespread among the world. Barbara Inslee, along with other authors, discussed in an article written in 2014 for the Frontiers in Immunology that targeting key viral products that contribute to the spread of this disease is being researched and could increase the drug efficiency and potentially lead to a prevention vaccine. According to an article on the CDC's website, regarding research of HIV that I accessed on February 23rd of 2015. The CDC started a project where they partnered with other federal health agencies and funded various healthcare centers. They funded them to train HIV care teams to make seeking care more convenient and to overall increase the quality of long-term care for HIV positive patients. The project was successful because the number of patients who had taken an HIV test increased, and more HIV positive patients were linked to ongoing care. To conclude, I've informed you about the history and origin of this disease, misunderstandings that resulted from the outbreak, and research and case studies conducted to move towards a cure. The more educated we are about this disease, the closer we will be to bringing it to an end. Because even though the fight isn't over, one day it will be won. Thank you for your time.